Welcome back to London Beautiful Life, and today we're at Curzon, Soho for the last front premiere. How did it all start? Like, how did you think of the idea? What drew you to want to do this story?
I had to write a little movie about a man surviving against all odds and becoming the hero in a world teared apart through war.
Do you have any memorable moments of filming this?
Excuse me?
Any memorable moments of filming? Like any memorable moments? Like any moments that you stick out to you the most?
Where Iain is over encumbered by all the soldiers in the village is one of the most. It was one of the last scenes we shot, and it was really breathtaking. It was breathtaking.
I must admit, the cinematography in this looks incredible. When you were thinking of these sorts of shots, did you think they'll come out the way it has come out?
There was a plan, but there was also an organic philosophy following how the actors block their way around the scene and to have the camera follow them.
So what drew you to this particular script?
I think it was just a very fine piece of writing which felt like a different take on the war films that I'd seen recently. It was a very, very personal story about a community and quite internal. It wasn't all about the pyrotechnics or the leaders or the politicians or the generals. It was about this small community, and I think on the whole, war. It's those people that get most affected. 99% of people who are affected by war are the innocents on the ground, and so that's what this film focuses on. And we get to know this rural, pastoral life in Belgium just at the early days of the First World War, the kind of rhythm of that life, the simplicity, purity, kind of innocence of that life before it gets trampled upon. So yeah, just a fine piece of writing and a lovely role.
Also, when it came to the cinematography in this, it looks incredible. When you're an actor acting in that moment, do you have a different way of thinking, it might come out this way, and when you see it, are you surprised?
Honestly, you don't really. When monitors first came out in this business, all of us, we used to rush around and have a look at takes after but I stopped doing that a long time ago. It just didn't feel helpful to jump out of it and have a look at what it was looking like. And of course, particularly with digital, there's a lot that gets done later in post to affect the image. So it's always been a leap of faith. It's particularly a leap of faith when you're dealing with sort of youngish, more inexperienced directors and DPs. And I was just blown away. I think the photography is absolutely fantastic. He's done a wonderful job. And in some ways, I think the film is a visual poem in lots of ways. And there's a kind of simplicity to the storytelling, but those filmic images tell so much of it. There's a lot of the film that takes place in silence, and it's about the way that world gets decimated, I suppose. And the more beautiful it is, and in a way, the more tragic it is that it gets torn apart.
So what was it like filming on set? Obviously, the locations looked incredible. So what was it like being there on the day with the cast and the crew?
It was incredible. I miss it so much. It was my first real movie, real set, and I was just in awe all the time. Everyone that we worked with everyone was incredible, and it was just a dream. Yeah.
When you were filming as well, did you ever think to yourself like, I wonder what this would look like, or do you picture in your head, I reckon it will look like this, but when it comes on screen it's completely different?
Yes, we didn't have a lot of we didn't see a lot of images before the first premiere in Belgium. I discovered everything, and I was so curious, but it's nice also to have that reveal.
So regarding the script, what drew you to this script?
God, I mean, many things, like the period in time. but I think more than anything else, it was the story. It all goes back to the story, and the character I play, Adrian, he's in quite the conundrum when the film starts. He's troubled by the death of his mother and trying to come to terms with that loss. And at the same time, he's fallen madly and deeply in love with someone who is very much outside of his class, and he's got his resistance from his father. So there's a lot of components going on before the war even arrives on their doorstep. So it was very interesting, and to flesh out those details, and then lastly, it goes without saying, but working with the amazing Iain Glen, I mean, what a privilege. I learned so much from working with him, and I feel like he brought the best out of all of us. Like, when you're on set with a seasoned veteran like Iain, it elevates everyone's game. Yeah.
Did he give you any behind the scenes of Game of Thrones, or any secrets of Game of Thrones?
A few bits and pieces. More so just his some of his crazy interactions with some fans. I mean, most people just want to get him to say Khaleesi, and so yeah, he gave me a glimmer into what that's like in his life. Yeah.